Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to do something super important. We're taking a brand new network switch that's basically an open door for trouble and turning it into a digital fortress. Ready? Let's get right into it. So let me just ask you this straight up. Is that new switch you just unboxed an open door for attackers? And the answer, honestly, is a big, fat yes. Fresh out of the box, these things are all about making it easy to plug and play, right? Security is kind of an afterthought, and that makes them a huge target. So, look at this. On the left, that's where we're starting. Vulnerable default settings, basically open access. And on the right, that's our goal. Secure, totally customized, and locked down. What we're going to do today is take you on that journey, step by step, from the before to the after. All right, here's our game plan. First, we're locking down remote access. Then, we'll shrink the attack surface. After that, we'll get into VLAN security. And we'll wrap it all up with some essential security housekeeping. Simple as that. Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, locking down remote access. Think of this as the front door to your entire network. It's how you get in to manage the switch. And believe me, if this door isn't secure, literally nothing else we do today is going to matter. So who's the main villain in this story? It's a protocol called Telnet. And the problem with Telnet is, well, it's terrible. It sends everything, your username, your password, all of it, in plain unencrypted text. That means anyone who's listening on your network can just snatch your login details right out of the air. It's really that bad. And this comparison just nails it, doesn't it? Using Telnet is exactly like writing your password on a postcard and dropping it in the mail. Anyone can read it. But using SSH, that secure shell, is like putting that same password inside a sealed, armored box with a secret code. It's completely encrypted. For secure management, SSH isn't just a good idea, it's the only idea. Okay, so how do we get this done? It's actually a pretty simple four-step dance. First, you gotta give your switch a unique host name and a domain name. This is super important because that's what the switch uses to create its special crypto key. Then, you generate that key. Step 3, you tell the device, hey, from now on, you only talk SSH. And finally, you set up some quick timeouts. That's it. Now, about that crypto key, you're going to get asked how long it should be. The magic number to remember here is 1024. That is the absolute minimum for it to be secure. Anything less is just not safe. But you know what? 2048 is even better. It's pretty simple. The longer the key, the tougher it is for anyone to break it. So you're in, right? But there's another layer. You need to protect the God mode of the switch, privilege mode. The command for this is enable secret. Now there's an older command called enable password. Don't use it, it's weak. Enable secret uses strong encryption, so even if someone gets a copy of your config file, your password is still safe. Always, always use enable secret. All right, on to Section 2, reducing your attack surface. The philosophy here is incredibly simple, but so powerful. Think of it like this. Every service that's running on your switch is like a window into your house. The more windows you have open, the more ways a burglar can get in. So if you don't need a window open, shut it and lock it. And here are the top things we need to shut down. We're turning off the built-in web server. You almost never need it. We're getting rid of old, crusty services like Finger. And we're disabling these things called small servers for UDP and TCP. They're just old diagnostic tools that have no business running on a live network device. Now, this next one is a biggie, especially for any switch that faces the outside world. Cisco Discovery Protocol, or CDP. You gotta understand, CDP is a blabbermouth. It just loves to shout out detailed information about your switch, its name, its software version, everything, to any other Cisco device that's listening. An attacker can use this to draw a perfect map of your internal network. By turning it off, you're basically telling it to keep its mouth shut. Okay, let's talk about VLANs. A lot of people see VLANs, or virtual LANs, as just a way to keep things tidy, to organize the network. And yeah, they do that, but what you really need to see them as is a powerful security weapon. They're all about segmenting your network, building walls between different areas. You see, every switch on the planet comes with this thing called VLAN 1. It's the default. And the best way to picture it is like the main public lobby of a huge office building. By default, every single door opens into this lobby. All the important conversations happen there. It's messy, it's public, and it's the very first place a bad guy is going to go. It's just not safe. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The source material we're looking at could not be more blunt. It says, and I'm quoting here, having ports in VLAN 1 is considered a security vulnerability. A vulnerability. It doesn't get much clearer than that, right? So,
How do we clean up this mess? It's a three-part strategy. 1. Get everyone out of the lobby. Create new VLANs for your users and move every single port out of VLAN 1. 2. Change what's called the native VLAN to some random unused number. This is for the links between your switches. And 3. Create a brand new, super secret, VIP-only VLAN just for managing your gear. This puts up walls between your users, your network chatter, and your management.
All right, we're in the home stretch. Section 4 is all about essential security housekeeping. Think of this as the final polish, the little details that make all the difference. First up, login banners. Let's be real. A message saying keep out isn't a digital force field, but that's not its job. Its job is legal. It's your digital no trespassing sign. It makes it crystal clear that access is for authorized people only, which can be super important if you ever need to take legal action against an intruder. And check this out. Here's a great little gotcha straight from the source. When you set up one of these banners, you have to pick a character to tell the switch when the message ends. Well, in this example, the person used the letter Y. The problem? The word you was in the message, so the banner got cut off right after the Y. It's a perfect little reminder that even the small details really, really matter. Okay, here's a question that might sound a little weird at first. Why in the world do we care what time it is on a network switch? I mean, really, does it matter? Well, the answer is it's everything. It is absolutely critical. Imagine a security breach happens. You go to look at your logs to figure out what happened, but your switch thinks it's Tuesday, your router thinks it's Friday, and your server is in a different time zone. It's a complete nightmare. Your logs are useless. Having accurate time synchronized across all your devices using NTP is the bedrock of figuring out what happened when things go wrong. And our last bit of housekeeping is about physical security. Every single one of those empty, unused ports on your switch, that's an open door. Someone can just walk right up, plug in a device, and boom, they're on your network. The fix is so easy. Shut them down. You want to see that status administratively down, which is just the fancy way of saying, yeah, I turned that off on purpose. So let's just step back and look at what we've done. We've locked the front door by swapping out Telnet for SSH. We've boarded up the unused windows by disabling services. We've built internal walls with proper VLANs. And we've done all the final checks, banners, clocks, and unplugged ports. We didn't just tweak a few settings. We've built a fortress. But that leads to the next big question, doesn't it? Our fortress is built, the walls are strong, but what about the traffic that we're letting through the gates? Who's checking its ID? Is it being controlled? And that, my friends, is where we get into the whole world of access control lists, which is the next level of this game entirely.